Okay, I'm here in equations number 4, Google Jam. In equation number 1, I have 56 minus x over 15 equals 47. Step 1, do I see parentheses? No, I don't. So I move on to step 2, combine like terms. I look on the left, no like terms. Look on the right, there's only one term, so it can't be combined with anything else. Step 3, get the variable on one side of the equal sign. It already is. X is on the left side of the equal sign. If there's my equal sign, x, my variable, is on the left side, and I have no x on the right side. So I'm on to step 4, get my numbers on the other side. So I need this number 56 to move to the other side. And if I move a term, I move it by adding or subtracting, whatever inverse operation is needed. So how am I going to move 56 to the other side? Well, I can't add 56, right? Because 56 plus 56 will not be 0. It will not cancel out over here. So I have to do minus 56. I have to subtract 56 from both sides so that these 56s cancel, right? 56 minus 56, those terms are gone. So I'm left with this term on the left side of the equal sign. And what is this term? This term is not x over 15. This term is negative x over 15. So I'm going to write negative x over 15. I'll bring that term straight down. I just bring it straight down. I bring my equal sign straight down as well. On the right side, I have 47 minus 56. Different signs, subtract, keep the big guy, and I believe that's negative 9, right? Next, I have my variable on the left side, my numbers on the right side. My fifth and final step is to solve. I need x to be by itself. And this negative sign I've talked about in previous videos, that negative sign can be written out front. It can be written in the numerator. It can also be written in the denominator, which is what I would suggest so that it will save you one step when solving the equation. Now, if this is x over negative 15 or x divided by negative 15, how do I undo division? Well, that would be multiplication, right? I would multiply the left side of the equation by negative 15, or like negative 15 over 1, and I would multiply the right side by negative 15 as well. And so on the left side, I have a negative 15 up top and a negative 15 in the bottom. That's going to simplify to 1, and 1 times x is simply x. I bring my equal sign down as well, and I have x is equal to negative 9 times negative 15. Well, same signs. I'm not going to say same signs add because I'm multiplying. I would say same signs positive, different signs negative. So because they have the same sign, I'm going to have a positive answer. So what's 9 times 15? That is 135. So x is equal to 135. Circle my final answer. Everything you see here on the screen is showing every step of your work. You must show every step to receive full credit. Number 2, negative y over 3 plus 4 equals negative 8. Step 1, do you see parentheses? Nope, so you don't need to eliminate them. Step 2, combine like terms. I look left. Here's my equal sign. On the left side, I have a y term and a constant. Those are not like terms. On the right side, I only have a constant, so it cannot be combined with anything else. So I'm on to step 3, get the variable on one side. It already is on one side, right? There's a y on the left side. There are no y terms on the right side. So I'm on to step 4. I need my numbers on the other side. And so if my variable y is on this side, I need this number, positive 4, to be to the other side. I got to move it over there. And how am I going to move it? Well, I'm going to use inverse operations. How do I undo addition? That would be subtraction, right? I would subtract 4 from both sides of the equation. That way, these 4's cancel, right? 4 minus 4, that's 0. So those terms are gone. And I'm only left with this term right here, which is negative y over 3. I bring that term straight down. So negative y over 3. I'm going to go ahead and write y over negative 3. I'm just going to put the negative in the denominator, right? Because again, that's what I would suggest to save you a step when solving the equation. I'll bring my equal sign straight down. And on the right side, I have negative 8 minus 4. Same signs add, keep the sign. I should get negative 12. So I have my y term on the left side, my numbers on the other side. Fifth and final step is to solve. I need y by itself. This right now is saying y divided by negative 3. So how do you undo division? That would be multiplication, right? So I'm going to multiply by this number in the denominator. And what is this number in the denominator? Is it 3? No, it is negative 3, right? Or like negative 3 over 1. If you multiply the left side by negative 3, you must also do the same thing on the right side. So I'm going to multiply the right side by negative 3 as well. Now, the whole reason I multiply by -3 is so that these -3's would simplify to 1, right? Some number over the same number, that is 1. And 1 times y is simply y. So y is equal to -12 times -3. I would say same sign's positive. And I know 12 times 3 is 36 because of my fact fluency. Circle, final answer. Okay, the last two I'm going to do with you are actually numbers 9 and 10. They're a little bit different. Here's the directions for number 9 and 10. It says write the verbal sentence as an equation. You do not need to solve the equation. So all I want you to do is take this sentence and write an equation from the sentence. That's it. You don't have to solve the equation for numbers 9 and 10. Okay? So it says 5 minus the product of 2 and a number is, I'm going to double underline is 7. What does is mean? Well, is means equals in math, right? What about product? What does product mean? Product is a mathematical word that is the answer to a multiplication problem. So if I want 5 minus, okay, I'm going to write a minus sign, 5 minus the product of 2 and a number. So I'm going to multiply 2 and some number. Let's just call this number n for number. So I want 5 minus the product of 2 and n. So I need to multiply 2 by n. So 2n. Why can I just write 2 next to n? Why do I not have an x for multiplication? Because we don't use the x for multiplication in algebra, right? I could put a dot between 2 and n, or I could put n in parentheses to signify multiplication, but I don't need any of that. All I need is write 2 next to the n, the variable n, and that means multiplication. So 5 minus 2 times n is or equals 7. And that's it. That's taking the sentence and turning it into an equation. And like I said, you do not need to solve the equation. You would just write this. 5 minus 2 and equals 7. Number 10, last one. It says 13 plus, so put a plus sign, the product. What's product mean? That means multiply. The product of 6 and a number, let's call it the number n. It doesn't matter what you call the number, like as far as letters, you could use n, x, y, just some lowercase letter to signify some number, but let's just use n. So 13 plus the product of 6 and n, so I got to multiply 6 by n, so I'm just going to write 6n, that means multiplication. There's your equal sign, 67. Okay, so it's taking the sentence and turning it into an equation. And again, you do not need to solve the equation. You would just write this. 13 plus 6n equals 67. Okay, be sure you finish the rest of the problems. And when you're done, be sure that you turn it in.